Well, real quick, guys, before we get into the video, just wanted to say if you're part of 56% of people that watch these videos and aren't subscribed, come on now, put a new TCG video out every day, and make sure you go check out JGC Collectibles for all your codes, singles, and some sealed product as well, okay? We actually put a little bit of a Q&A up, Henry, before to get you on. We got quite a few questions, so let's whip up some of these. So we got a question from Mitch Nookley. Thank you very much, Mitch. Love that. He says, Henry, I'd like to know how you're able to come up with so many spicy lists. So would I, to be fair. I need some help. Also, he seems to have the momentum of a runaway freight train. This is also true, Henry. You're clearing it off right now. How is he so popular? So, what I want to know is, Henry, is there a process where, like this deck, for example, you felt, well, I want to use a sort of Soul Burst Mewtwo. Talk us through that process of how you've gone from that initial concept into a full regional 60.
Well, as I've kind of said, I had this concept, and unlike other decks where you have like you're trying to build a core strategy and make it consistent or powerful, I was like, okay, I have this concept. How can I make it beat things?
Yes.
And kind of how can I make it good? And doing that, you kind of need to know how the other decks function, their weaknesses, that kind of thing. Be it limitations on energy acceleration or type weakness, prized race, lots of the kind of things like that. And just that kind of over the time kind of gets things done. And that's kind of typically how I build decks. I'll play a bunch of games on TCGO and see, and then maybe start looking through the card list, see what there is, see what's kind of been undiscovered. Yeah, just kind of go from there.
Okay, do you get much, like, do you play a lot of, like, IRL testing as well, or do you sort of mostly stick to online?
In terms of actual testing with like people or friends, I only do it the week before an event.
Oh, nice.
Otherwise, I'll just play a bunch of TCGO. Not necessarily actively. I might be watching a TV show or just
Yeah.
doing something else. But just any games you can get in is always going to help.
Okay, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to live on TCG, especially if I have to live at home for 2 weeks. You best believe, guys, I'm going to come out the other end of this quarantine. I'm going to be just as good as Henry. You watch. Oh, dear. Right, let's have a look. Thank you very much, Mitch. Love that. Right, let's have a look. Charlie Downing, good friend of mine. Thank you, Charlie. Says, why is this better than Welder or Mali variants?
Um, I'd say it just has a better ADP matchup. Would be the biggest thing. Obviously, at least going into these tournaments, the surprise factor was one of the big reasons. But now, even now, I think just its matchups against Zacian and a couple other decks is just so strong, especially against Chinchino Mill as well. That matchup is very good. And just at least being able to beat the BDIF ADP, I guess, at least for me, 22 and 25 games, I'd say that that's a pretty good factor to have. And also, at least compared to Mali Mewtwo, I would say the consistency is much better as well.
Yeah.
And that's definitely a big reason for me.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Mali Mewtwo. I've just realized, just as you said that there, was it 22 out of 25 you said?
Yeah.
That's going to be the thumbnail right there. 22 out of 25 ADP Slayer. Henry Brand. That's going to be the thumbnail I'm going to write down so I don't forget. Thank you very much, Charlie, for your question. I've never been a fan of Mali Mewtwo anyway. Little rubbish. List. This made me laugh. I couldn't tell if you were just being a generic Verbank troll, but someone did comment your Twitter list, so thank you very much for that. Didn't even need to answer that myself. Friend Connor Bird coming in next. Thank you very much, Connor, for your question. We might have touched on this already, but he said, was this current form of Mew 3 a response to the other Mew 3 variants not being able to contend with ADP? What was the reasoning for continuing to pursue the archetype rather than hop off and play something else / join ADP? Well, I'm going to answer that little bit of question there for you, Henry, because we're talking to Henry Brand no matter what world of beauty. Don't tell him to hop off at ADP. How dare you? Oh my lord, the cheek. But I guess the first part of the question is rather valid, to be fair. Did you build this with the mind of just targeting ADP, and did you find the other Mewtwo decks couldn't compete with it, or?
I mean, honestly, I was just a little bit giddy with the concept of Soul Burst and Alter Creation. I mean, Alter Creation is broken. Like, it's just such a powerful attack, and then being able to choose 10 different attacks to use after that instead of just Ultimate Ray or Brave Blade seems pretty good to me. I was kind of focused on making that work, and then it just so happened that it beat ADP very well in the end. So, and I think the other variants just Mali Mewtwo lacks consistency. Welder Mewtwo does not beat ADP Zacian if they play Frying Pan. And so it really just kind of went for this. And I also wouldn't really call it the same archetype. I wouldn't even mention it close. So, yeah.
No, that's crazy. I love that. I love that. When Connor's there, like, oh, what were the tech? Why do you want? He's like, I just wanted Mewtwo to do bare different attacks, like, you know what I mean? It just so happened it was good as well. Thank you very much, Connor, for your question. Love that. Caleb Rodgerson, thank you very much for your question. I think we've kind of gone through this one though now. How does the Perth Mew3 variant reliably beat ADP? We've definitely talked about that. And which tech GXs were most used? We kind of talked about that as well, to be fair, haven't we, really? Thank you very much, Caleb, for your question. Just make sure you just go have a little listen back. Patrick Rumpf asks, do you know why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
I've never had it. Cinnamon's pretty nice though. So
neither have I, to be fair. But what I did when I saw this, I did want to change it. I'll transition into the next question. What is your favourite cereal, Henry?
Ooh, one we have in Australia. I'm not sure if it's in other countries. Nutrigrain.
No, we have that. That's like a sort of granola-y kind of like thing, right? Granola-y,
like barley kind of thing almost. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we've had that. That's way too healthy for me though. Like, nah, I'm having that. All right, so we have got some real questions in here as well. We've also got some jokey ones. I just want to weave them in. This one did make me laugh. Does Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. Oh, it's from Darren Lee, by the way. Thank you very much, Darren. Does Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. blink or wink?
Ooh, good question. Ooh. Hey, I can build some decks, but I don't think I can answer that question.
There we go. We got him, lads. We got him. I think he has to blink, right? If he was constantly winking, that means he's always like giving it the eye to everyone at work. He's like, hey, like, hey, easy now, Tiger. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna assume he blinks. Thank you very much, Darren. We've talked about this one a little bit, but I'm also gonna dive back in a little bit again. Harry Kane, thank you very much, Harry, says, in what matchups was Blastoise GX's attack useful? So we talked about the sort of Pikarom use. Is there any other sort of like just big clear the way out kind of a matchup where you need it, or?
Yeah, it's good against ADP. Just being able to blow things up is really good. So let's say if they have 2 Frying Pan, you can Zigzagoon through the first one, but then you can't get through the second one, so you just Blastoise through it. It's just never really a bad attack to have as a finisher. Yeah, because that's a high damage cap, guys. Do the maths now. 60 for each energy you put in. That adds up super fast, let me tell you. Especially after a Soul What's really good about it as well is that this deck can often play off very few cards from your hand once you set up. And Blastoise is a card that plays off of your board rather than, I guess, you doing anything. So
Yeah, I'm a fan of decks like that where you can play off the board. Like, you can stamp me all you want. But yeah, my win con's right here. So, like, you know what I mean? Marnie, don't bother me with that, Marnie. Oh, my Lord. Right, here's a question from... Hang on, I have to go down to the next one. Demetrius Eaton, my friend. This is the friend that was playing, I guess, Ultimate Mewtwo, I guess it's being called now, a lot on TCGO. Thank you very much, Dimitri, for your question. He says... How come you didn't play the Quagsire build? Now, I touched this a little bit before. Did you play the deck with Quagsire, or was you always like, no, this isn't needed?
I played 2 games with the Quagsire variant and didn't like it initially. I played a few more like afterwards just to make sure that I didn't like it, but just conceptually I didn't like having to ruin your engine to try and play it. So you have to play Communication, you have to play Evolution Incense, other draw supporters, I guess, less of a reliance on Dedenne. And as I was, I think, saying, I don't really see the point of playing Energy Transfer unless you're using it to use Max Potion or Acerola for healing. Whereas like now, the way I thought is that if I can build the deck with proper game plans and play properly, I don't need to move my energy. I can just put it in one spot. Shouldn't need to move it from then on. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. I love that. So basically what you're saying, Dimitri, is don't need it, get good, bro. Love that. Well, that's pretty much all the questions from there. So I've got a little bit of questions for myself now, because I want to get to know Henry from outside Pokemon. We always know Henry is back-to-back Perth champion, back-to-back breaker of Mewtwo, all that good stuff, and our world champion also. So I want to know a little bit, what does Henry do outside Pokemon? Does Henry have any other any hobbies or pastimes? Or?
At the moment, for me, it's mainly Pokemon. So, I think it maybe briefly touched on this on Twitter when I didn't go to a tournament, but I've had some health struggles over the past few years, and just recently started to get a little bit better. I've been able to go to tournaments, and this is kind of what I'm able to do at the moment. While I guess just kind of ride it over until I start studying again. But yeah, just at the moment, it's just a whole lot of Pokemon.
That's good, man. That's good. Love that. Love to hear it. So, How's life been sort of since Worlds? Because this is one thing I'm really interested in. So since Worlds, obviously everyone knows you now. Like everyone's like Henry. What's like? I assume it's changed your life. Talk to us a little bit of what it's been like post winning Worlds.
Yeah, I mean, for the first few days, it didn't really sink in.
Yeah.
But I guess just kind of I guess the fame kind of gets to you eventually. Um, it's really changed going to events like a whole lot.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, having kids come up to me, ask for pictures, signatures, that kind of thing. Um, you know, I mean, these kids come up and talk to me, that kind of thing, and then I walked away and I heard him say, "Oh my God, we talked to the world champion," like that kind of thing. I mean, yeah, it's very nice, and of course I like it, but it definitely changes things, and I guess it puts a little bit more pressure on. Like, let's say I know I've lost like a top 8 match before at regionals, and then I can't really be salty or frustrated or upset at myself because I have to keep, you know, a positive face and that kind of thing, and obviously adds a little bit of stress, but don't think I'd trade it, so.
No, I wouldn't either. I imagine every time you play now, everyone's at their A game, right? I imagine it's similar to like, yeah, if anyone follows basketball, when the Golden State Warriors were by far the best team, every team was gunning for them. They wanted to destroy them. I bet when you sit down and put players now at like Cups, Challenge, or whatever, everyone's like, right, I'm sitting across from the world champion. I want to make sure I slap him. Do you find that's the case here?
I think so. Yeah, I find it's a bit of both. Like it's that, but also people, I guess, get a little bit intimidated. And I always say, if they say that or whatever, if they seem nervous, I always say like, look, I really don't think I'm the most intimidating person, so don't worry, mate. But other than that, I think it honestly feel a little bit more pressure on me to perform, I guess.
True, yeah.
Kind of just really don't want to go down as a one-hit wonder kind of thing. So yeah, you always have a bit more pressure on you to really do well.
No, I love that. Hey, you're back-to-back champion, you know what I mean? Playing Binder Drop GX. So, you know what I mean? So what do you sort of do? So you mentioned, like, you still studying now then, Henry? Are you a student now?
No, so I took a break from studying with kind of like health issues,
Okay.
and just couldn't really commit the full time to studying. And it just for a while I had to stop studying a couple times, a couple years in a row, and I just kind of figured, all right, let's just wait for it to kind of blow over,
Yeah.
and it's not going to last forever. Eventually I'll kind of get better,
Mm-hmm.
be a bit more physically healthy, and we can kind of go things. And tournaments are very difficult, don't get me wrong. I think I get pretty exhausted really easily and that kind of thing. But I mean, they're really good. It just gives me something, I guess, to kind of do and leave the house, and gives you a little bit of sense of accomplishment. So it's great.
That's cool, man. Yeah, those regions are a slog, isn't they? I always when I try and describe to people what a region's like who don't play Pokemon, I'm like, right, take something you have to concentrate a lot for, right? I couldn't think of like playing chess, for example. Right, now play chess for 9 hours straight. Tell me how you feel afterwards. I'm exhausted, bro. Like, oh my lord. Yeah, man, they are a slog. They're a slog.
Yeah, I mean, well, this regionals wasn't really too much. I got to win 4 rounds and then ID twice, but you know, most of them pretty exhausting.
Yeah, no, that's pretty crazy. I love that. I imagine. Oh, I wish I could do that. I guess it's the same for cups as well, though. So talk to us about music, Henry. Listen, you're like a music person.
Yeah, I played piano for a long time,
Oh, nice.
that kind of thing.
Jeez.
So that was one thing. But I guess I listen to a bunch of different music, that kind of thing. I guess in my spare time, I really like watching a lot of TV shows and stuff. But
Okay. What's your
kind of
go-to on TV? What were you? You a Game of Thrones guy?
yeah, I've watched it all.
Yes, good lad. Love that. Love that. Love that. If you was in Game of Thrones, what else would you be in?
Ooh, well, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I reckon. I could see the North. I could see one of them.
You be the North, yeah? Okay, love
I
that.
reckon I could see that.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm definitely Lannisters, like, I mean, I love them.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a bit of Tywin. Just get the job done. Don't matter, just get it done. Oh my lord. So any other TV? Obviously that's finished now, to be fair, Game of Thrones. Anything
Yeah.
else you were lining up?
Looking forward to Castlevania, I think. I don't know if you've seen
Oh,
that.
snap, yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Forgot about
Might get around to that soon.
that.
Yeah,
Cool.
pretty good.
Cool. Right, so I like to ask this question for a lot of my guests. So let's say, Henry, somehow you find yourself on death row now. You've been a naughty boy. I don't know what you've done. Maybe you had to steal a Flygon before an event because you didn't have one. And you got caught. So you're on death row. You got one meal left now. And they're nice geezers. You get to pick your meal. You get a starter. You get a main course. You get a drink of your choice. What are you picking? And a dessert as well, I should say. Thinking about it.
anyone in my friends will know this answer straight up. Zinger Stacker Burger from KFC.
I love it. Man's like, that was great. So that's your main, I assume.
Absolutely done.
Okay, what's your starter?
Starter? I mean, if we're just trying to be nice to the security guards, could just get some chicken tenders from KFC too. Make less of a trip.
No, Henry, it's your last meal. You have to be nice.
Oh my god. Starter. Ooh. I reckon nachos. I can see nachos.
Okay. And what top you put on there? Just cheese, a bit of meat as well. What are we?
Cheese, salsa, sour cream, guacamole, jalapenos.
Yeah, that's
all that stuff.
That's a good set of nachos there. What's your drink while you're having all this?
Vanilla Coke.
Ooh. See, a lot of people don't have vanilla Coke. I always tell them vanilla Coke's nice. Do you get vanilla Coke all year round in Australia?
Yep.
Oh, do you? Oh, wow. See, it's only like promo over here. We get it like, I don't know. I believe Coke promo. That's quite funny to say. But yeah, you only get it like occasionally. But no, I love it. Everyone's like, what do you get that for? I'm like, you don't understand, guys. It's good. Okay, and then so what would your dessert be?
Cheesecake.
Yes! I love it. I was just thinking I'd be saying cheesecake like if this was me. What are you going on? Strawberry, toffee, New York?
New York.
New York, yeah, New York.
Yeah, it's too good.
Yeah, no, it is a good shout. It's a good shout. That's good. I love that. So now we know what the world champion wants to eat for his last. I love the way in this scenario, like, oh, let's be nice to the security guys. Henry said, oh, don't worry about it, mate. I'll just get Uber Eats up. You can just, you know what I mean? That's funny, that. Oh, dear. Right, so, obviously being Australia, very, very far away. Have you done a lot of traveling? I imagine because of your health reasons. Is there anywhere you particularly really want to go?
I really want to go to South America. See all the ruins, the temples, and all those things like Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
So that's definitely on the bucket list, so to say. So other than that, I've done a fair bit of traveling for Pokemon. Outside of that, went to Cyprus last year. That was an interesting time.
You went Cyprus? That's not too far. I never told me you snuck into Cyprus. How'd you find it there?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a nice trip. I liked all the really liked that kind of archaeology and ruins. So they had a ton of that there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really great time. Really hope to do some more traveling. And last year when I went for tournaments, I didn't really do too much other than just the tournament. Mm-hmm. So, fortunately, the ones this year have been cancelled mostly. But let's see. The next time I travel overseas, I'll try and make a bit more of a holiday out of it.
Nah, man, you should. That'd be great. I'd love that. Never really went to Cyprus. Did you ever let's go to sort of, because Cyprus ain't too far from sort of like Greece, Rome, and all that stuff. Are you into that sort of history as well?
Absolutely, yeah. Unfortunately, just this one I went with my family just to Cyprus, but next time, yeah, I'll probably do a bit more of a look around.
Yeah, because whilst you're over there, you know what I mean? Like, you might as well hit up Venice as well. Venice not too far up in there. Venice is sick, by the way. I've been there. I recommend you go.
I can imagine. All right, we'll do.
That's pretty cool. But right, I think that's pretty much it then, Henry. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. Much appreciated. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't hesitate to subscribe. I try and put out as much stuff here as I can. Full deck profiles plus games, topic conversational pieces regarding anything in the TCG. Check out my Twitter, check out my Facebook. That's where you get most of the updates, sort of see what's going on behind the scenes, all that good stuff. Also check out the SoundCloud for the full bi-weekly podcast. If you're interested, if you like the conversational pieces, go check that out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.